defined head without any difference, like in previous picture. Structure 5 is come much more medially, vena saphenna magna. As you understand, it also passed from up to down and from lateral to the medial. Now it is come in the most medial part. Yeah, it is, as I say, finally projected in the level of the medial epicorder, from midpoint of the inclinal ligament up to the medial epicorder. That's why it is come much more medial. In the lateral side, I clean the previous nerve, nervus cutaneus, rambus cutaneus nervi obturatoria, and instead of it I draw nervus saphenus. Draw here the point 35. Name you have, don't draw it again. All another lines which is shown, don't draw now. Just put here one point, it is nervus saphenus, 35. That's all from the fatty tissue. Yeah, and again in the same place, draw the sartorius muscle, 11. Name you have, it is also located in the level of the space B. It is covered the space B from in front. Now let's come to the deep compartments. A and C again, the loose connective tissue, nothing more. And now let's come to the space B. Again, draw these three structures, 35, 15, and 14, without any difference. Little bit nerve, which is located in front of the artery, little bit draw laterally, in front and laterally. And open the brackets on the right, please. Space B in the lower third, we call canalis adductorius. Otherwise, we call it the Hunter's canal. Otherwise, we call it canalis femoropopliteus. Canalis adductorius, Hunter's canal, or canalis femoropopliteus. Minute attention in this picture, please. 1 minute attention. There is greatly visible all this medial interfacial space from up to down. Upwards, it is our triangle. Middle part, it is the groove. And now attract your attention in the lower portion. This is the canal, which is called canalis vasta adductorius. Yeah? Canalis or Hunter's canal, yeah? Why vasto adductorius? Because from one side it formed by vastus muscle, from another side it forms by adductor muscle. Why femoropopliteus? Because it is make communication between femoral region and posterior knee region, which is called the popliteal region. Finally, why Hunter's canal? Well, in old times, guys, the long time, usually in that times, gun is put it in front of the shoulder, not behind the shoulder. And the lower portion of it, during the walking of this hunter, it is damaged the region of the thigh, especially in the level of the Hunter's canal, and it can give the chronic inflammation of this canal, which is the professional disease, yeah, for the hunters. It's like, it also called the Hunter's canal. That 1 minute attention to me. Where is this canal? That is the canal. How it forms? Now 1 minute attention. What the borders of this canal? Generally, canal forms between two muscles. Laterally, 21st one, vastus medialis. Medially, 26th one, adductor magnus. Not the longus, but it is magnus. You see, magnus comes much more to superficially. As you can see here, guys, that is the magnus one. The longus goes deeper. Let's say wall of the canals. Once again, laterally it is vastus medialis, medially it is adductor magnus. What is in front? It is thickness of the superficial layer of proper fascia, which has here aponeurotical structure. It is 38 structure in the picture. The new structure, that's I write the name, 38. We call it membrana vasta adductoria. Membrana vasta adductoria, this thick superficial layer of proper fascia. Membrana vasta adductoria. And in midpoint of this membrane, draw the aperture. Look, I do draw here the aperture. And put here the new number 39, and name this aperture anterior aperture or anterior exit of the Hunter's canal. Anterior exit of the Hunter's canal. Let's make conclusion. Right, please, and look to the picture. Once again, I show for you this canal. I don't have enough place here, but by your face, I understand that you're not so much come to this space. Don't draw with me, just look here, please. This is your femoral region. Your femoral region, the knee, the leg. And here, you look from the laterally to the medially. Yeah, I think you understand, yeah? Let's say here, let's draw in the lateral side, the vastus medialis. Don't draw again, I say, you just look because not so much time. Laterally, I draw the big muscle. 26. And little bit deep to it, we just go deeper. 24. Now between these structures, starting from 24, I draw the black lines. It is membrana vasta adductoria, which is connect these two muscles to each other. And in the mid side of this membrana vasta adductoria, I draw the aperture. This is structure 39 in our picture. I think everything is visible and understandable for you. Yeah, the canal, 20 laterally, 26 medially, membrana vasta adductoria 38 from in front. I cannot draw now sartorius, which is cover all these structures, but remember, please, sartorius will cover all these structures. Yeah, well, we can draw it if you want. From up to down, it will be cutted muscle. Let's say this is sartorius. Here I will cut it, and then continues it to down. Something like this. This is sartorius, which is cut it. But in reality, it is cover all these structures which we draw together. Okay? Let's say once again, look here, please. Now, right, please. These adductors canal have 3 rings. Not 2, but 3. From these 3 rings, you have only one. It is anterior exit. But it has 2 other rings. Now look here, please. That is next ring, 14. And this is last ring. I draw it by intraptic line because it's located deeper, 41. Let's start from 14 ring. I cannot draw it in cross section because it is upper located. Right, please, the ring 14 we call entrance of the canal. Entrance of the canal. But 1 minute attention in the picture. How this entrance is formed. Laterally 21, medially 24, not the 26 like the wall. It is the long adductor. And from in front, same membrana vasta adductoria. So laterally it is the 21, medially it is 24. Last aperture, 41, we call inferior exit. Open the brackets and write, please. This is the distance between the tendon of adductor magnus and medial epicondyle of the femoral bone. Adductor magnus fused with the medial epicondyle, and between them, upwards, there are the distance, which is the inferior exit of this canal. And so once again, canal has 3 apertures, it is 39, 40, and 41. 40 we call entrance, 39 and 41 we call exits. 39 it is anterior exit, and 41 it is inferior exit. If you have questions, ask me, not each other. Now look please here. What is passed from these apertures? Let's start from the entrance, aperture 14. Now 1 minute, look to me. In this aperture from the groove, I inserted 3 structures: red, green, and blue. This is our neurovascular bundle. It is femoral vessels. Red it is femoral artery. Blue it is femoral vein. And green it is nervus saphenous. From the groove, they enter inside of the canal. From the groove,
Yes.
they enter inside of the canal.
Yes. This is continuation.
It is understandable for you. That's why by the entrance, these 3 structures, in my picture, this is 14, 15, and 35, enter from the groove into the canal. What is anterior exit? What is passed? First of all, nervus saphenous, 35. Now look, after the entry, these saphenous come to this anterior aperture, and by this anterior aperture, it is leave the canal. That's why below this aperture, inside of the canal, we have only vessels. Nerves leave the canal by this aperture
Yes.
and draw this communicational line between 35 inside of the space and 35 inside of the fatty tissue. Let's say from the space, 35, come to the fatty tissue.
Skin.
And 1 minute, look to me, it is innervated skin in the lower third of the femoral region. That's an upper third, 3 nerves, middle third, 1 nerve, lower third, 1 nerve. Tell me which nerves. You look by it, which nerves? Why you sleep in my class? You know, for you doesn't matter. Vesalius will read for you lecture, or last the person in the street. You sleep. Idea is understandable. That's why once again I say you, 3 structures enter inside of the canal, but finally 2 structures leave the canal because nervus saphenous come to outside by anterior ring. But it's come not alone. Look please here, in the same place from R315, I drew 1 red structure which is come to the fatty tissue, and I put here the new point 42. Write the name of this 42, it is arteria genu distendens. Arteria genu distendens. That's why nervus saphenous leave the space, not alone, but together with artery, which is called arteria genu distendens. Minute attention to me. Again, this artery is not supply anything in fatty tissue. It is come to the fatty tissue, and again, transitory perforated the proper fascia, and in the knee region, it is located in medial compartment under the proper fascia. That's why it is transitory come to the fat, and it is goes under the proper fascia of the knee region. Why? To be involved in formation of collateral arterial network, which we will draw a little bit after. I don't draw here 1 more artery, which you know very well. It is ramus descendens circumflexa femoralis lateralis. I say you that this is single branch of the deep femoral artery, which is also reached the knee region and located under the proper fascia. Let's say 1 minute, look to me. Finally, what you will have in the knee region, except the main artery, which will be in the posterior region. By the way, open the brackets and write, please. Continuation of femoral vessels into the knee region. They goes by aperture 41, yeah? As you understand. Will be called popliteal vessels. That's a femoral vessels in the knee region will be renamed and will be called popliteal vessels, popliteal artery and popliteal vein. They doesn't go by the nerve. They goes alone. You can say, but what about nerves which will be added? It will be the branches of ischiadicus, yes. It will be branches of ischiadicus. Little after, if my time will be enough, I will draw it for you. By the way, where is your ischiadicus? In the same place, but much more deeper. Let's say posteriorly draw the same structures, absolutely same. But just nervus ischiadicus goes a little bit deeper. Know any name because know anything new. Is it understandable? Very well. Let's make small conclusion. Let's say if I will look now to my knee region, I will see three arteries, which is come to the knee region from femoral region. First one will be mean, in posterior knee. It is popliteal artery. Two another will be from two sides. One in medial will be genus descendens. Second in the lateral it will be ramus descendens, circumflexa femoralis lateralis. Now these three vessels, guys, three arteries, will form here the collateral network in the knee region. Collateral networks in the joint regions is very important. Why? Joint, it is region of the flexion. Let's say main vessels can be closed because they located in posterior region, yeah? But this collateral will provide enough supplement, especially if you need hard work and you need more supplement of the tissues, collateral will work in that case. Collateral also help us in case of pathological conditions, if the main artery is closed, partly or completely. For example, in case of atherosclerosis. Unfortunately, guys, if you will ligate it here, main artery, popliteal, these two vessels will not be enough to supply lower portion of lower, and it will give the necros. For example, in upper extremity, as you remember, in cubital region, situation is another, because we have, except main artery, 4 descending vessels, 4 ascending. Here, except main artery, there are only 2 descending vessels. You remember I told you before that in collateral of extremities, much more important descending, not ascending, because descending give the blood, ascending take the blood. That is the cause why we cannot ligate the main artery without plastic reconstruction. It will give the necrotization. So if you ligated main artery, 2 possibilities, or amputation of the extremity below it, or plastic reconstruction of the vascularization. Again, I tell you, because this collateral network, which I will draw minutes after, will not be enough to supply the lower extremity. It is understandable. Do you have any problems with this picture? What you should remember from this picture, the most important idea, it is the, not only this, but the most medial interfacial space. Femoral triangle, anterior femoral groove, adductor canal. And all vessels and nerves, which is originated, which is passed. By the way, in space number 2, you see 25 muscle is absent. In space number 2, we have only 24, 26, and 27. 25 short muscle, I don't draw. In the lower third, it was absent. Let's say here also muscles. In first space, absolutely same muscles. In second space, 1 muscle is absent. 25 is absent. 24, 26, 27. And in posterior, as I say, you have everything is same to the previous picture. Do you have any questions? No questions. Write the name of the next picture quickly because my